Here are 5 businesses that you could start in 2021. Now, I don't want anyone to think that you could do these businesses whilst you sleep, or they're super easy and they require no work. Maybe one day down the line, you'll be able to make some passive income from them. But at the beginning, like all businesses, it will require work. I've picked these 5 businesses based on what's happening in the world currently and personal experience. And I really think that they're going to be able to do really well. Some are side hustles, some are proper businesses. So before telling you about these businesses, please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new here, my name is Shimmy Morris. I make videos on how to make money, entrepreneurship, business, Amazon print on demand, all these kind of things. So please hit that subscribe button if you are liking any of these videos. Okay, let's get into the video. Idea number 1 is selling on eBay. This is a great way to build up a second income that could eventually become a main income. The reason I like eBay is because it's not overly complicated to get started and to scale it up to make it a main income. You can sell nearly whatever you want, especially if it's products like Apple products or basically anything, and it's not very hard to get to the top of eBay. Unlike Amazon, where you probably start on a very low page and you have to do a whole bunch of different methods and tactics to get up to the first page, with eBay it's much easier to start higher up and get those initial sales. If you can get sales from the get-go, you can stay reasonably high up on the eBay platform. And there are also little tricks you can do to show up even higher, like offering free shipping, or being the most reasonably priced item, or listing just a brand new item, and then eBay sees you've listed a brand new item with free shipping. You're also at a very affordable, good price compared to everything else on the market, and they'll list you high up. Now, if you then get sales, you'll stay high up. If you don't get any sales at all, you'll slowly move down. But what I find is by doing all of these things, you tend to get sales very quickly, which allows you to stay high up in the eBay algorithm, however their algorithm works. And now you even have a thing called eBay ads, which is really, really interesting and something that wasn't about when I was doing eBay when I was 11 years old. But now when I do eBay, I can access eBay ads, which I don't because I don't want to eat into my profit even more, but it is something out there which you can consider. With eBay, you can start by just going around your house and collecting anything that you feel you don't use or is just wasted or whatever, and you can sell them and you can list them on eBay, and then you can sell them on eBay. And by doing this, it will allow you to start getting your initial feedback and your presence on eBay, and this will be really valuable, especially down the line. Then you can either go to Facebook Marketplace and start getting a whole bunch of stuff from there to sell on eBay. You can even buy cheap things on eBay and resell them on eBay, or you can then, find a wholesaler either in your country or in another country like China and buy items in bulk and sell it on eBay. Another great thing to do is you can talk to companies who have end of season stock or end of line stock that they're just trying to get rid of at a much cheaper price. You could buy them in bulk and you could sell them on eBay, and usually these items are branded, so that's always really cool. To sell actually branded items on eBay is brilliant because branded items will always sell a lot better than private branded items. The reason why I wanted to put this in this video and especially make it number 1 is because I feel eBay is a very hands-on business and it really teaches you so much about the e-commerce world. You've got to take the photos, you've got to upload the product, you've got to look at the product and see what's working, what's not working. And then when you get a sale, you talk to the customer, you go to the post office, you ship it out, you package it. And I just love that because it teaches you so much about the e-commerce world and how it works, rather than send your items to a fulfillment company. They do it all for you. You kind of just sit back and you don't really feel like you've worked for your money. You don't really feel like where's it coming from or anything like that. This way, you're proper hustling and grinding to make the money, and it really makes a difference. And then down the line, once you've experienced all of this and you've really learned how the business works, then you can start using fulfillment services and all these other things to speed up the process and make your life just a lot easier. I've personally been selling on eBay since I was 11 years old. As soon as I got into high school, I started selling on eBay. And I remember I had to use my mum's account because you couldn't have your own eBay or your own PayPal account. And the amount of times the account got shut because they were suspicious that I was using it and not my mum. Either way, it's a great business and it's a great side hustle. One of the best side hustles in the world. Everyone uses eBay to sell brand new items, to sell used items. And I highly, highly recommend it if you want to just bring in a bit of extra cash on the side. And eventually, who knows, it could lead to a huge business down the line, because there are proper big businesses on eBay now. Idea number 2 is Fiverr. And Fiverr is a platform where you can do services for people. Services in literally any single niche. If you want to do article writing, you want to do voiceovers, you want to do video reviews, you want to do holding your message, you want to do literally anything you can think of. I actually have a video coming out in the near future. I do a Fiverr challenge for a month to see how much money I can make. It's a really fun video. I've still got quite a while left to shoot because it's a whole month experiment, but it's going to be a really fun video, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that. So you can create basically anything, and it's called a gig. And if someone wants to find that service and they stumble across your gig, then they could pay you for you to do that service for them. So let's say someone wants you to, or let's say someone's looking for someone to transcribe their video. So they go onto Fiverr and they look up transcribe my video, and your gig shows up. They could stumble across your gig and pay you to transcribe their video. It's that simple. Obviously, it takes time to get presence on Fiverr and start getting good ratings on Fiverr, but in essence, that is how Fiverr works. If you start with a low price, you'll get more sales, and eventually you can increase your price to get a lot more sales. For example, my brother Josh, he used to sell on Fiverr massively. He had really popular gigs, and then when we started our Amazon business and other various businesses, he paused them. But every so often he plays them just because he enjoys writing, he enjoys doing those gigs, so he thought, why not? It's a cool side hustle. And very recently he actually played one of his gigs, and within a couple of days he got a $120 gig just asking him to write an article for them. So, and that's because he's established himself, he's created a lot of gigs, he's got a lot of reviews, and he's gotten to a certain point where he's able to charge such a substantial amount of money for just one simple article. So the idea is, it takes time, but it eventually pays off, and it can be really fun, really exciting, just because you can post gigs in whatever you want. And I would assume you'd be posting gigs in areas that you enjoy. So for example, for me, I could do photography work or video editing work, and I like those areas of work. So by having a job in those areas of work, it won't really feel like a job because I'm enjoying myself, and that's the important part of it. Number 3 is Amazon FBA. Now this is an interesting one. Amazon FBA is where you will buy items in bulk, you'll send it to Amazon's warehouses, people will go onto Amazon and buy your item, Amazon will then ship out the item, they'll package it all up and they'll ship it out, usually with Prime. Now this is probably, out of all of these 5, this is probably the most legitimate, big, difficult, this is the major business, right? Out of all of them, I would say this is the only one that's not a side hustle. This is one that you can treat like a proper business. This wouldn't be a small income stream. This could be a major income stream that could lead to many products, your own brand, a whole line of products in a particular brand, and multiple 5-6 figures a month. This does take a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not like eBay where you take a photo, you upload and people buy it. This is a lot more complicated than eBay, but it's 100% worth it. And the reason why I put Amazon FBA in this list of 5 is because firstly, not only do I do it and I really enjoy it and I do it every single day, but also because so many people think that nowadays, because it's 2021 and everyone's online, that Amazon is oversaturated and it just doesn't work anymore and you can't make money with it anymore. And that couldn't be further from the truth, which is why I wanted to put it as one of these top 5 businesses to start in 2021. Idea number 4 is creating a social media presence. What do I mean by this? I mean growing a social media page like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, anything like this, right? Building a presence on social media. Now, to be more specific, I mean creating a niche presence on social media. So not some broad presence that people won't really know to follow because they won't know what your message is or who you are, what you're saying. But if you hone in on a niche for social media and you build that up, that could be very valuable. Now, this can take a lot of time and it may not grow, but if it does grow, it can be absolutely life-changing. A large following can open so many doors for you in the future, so many different businesses, so many different ideas. Basically anything you want to do, you need some sort of following in order to do it. Well, not anything, but a lot of the things you want to do, you'll need some sort of following. And by starting to build your social media following now, maybe, just maybe by the end of the year, maybe 2022, you will have a large enough following to be able to start something with it. Now I know 2022 sounds like it's far off. We've just started 2021, so what are you saying? Well, this is what I think. At the end of 2021, when you're approaching 2022, you might be thinking to yourself, gosh, I really wish I started my social media following at the beginning of 2021. So here I am right now in February telling you to start your social media following in a specific niche in the here and now, so that by the end of the year you don't have any regrets. Instead, you have some sort of social media presence that you could then use very nicely. You never want to be thinking, damn, I wish I could have started back then, when someone has been telling you to start and you just kept putting it off. And the brilliant part of this social media kind of business is it can be treated very much as a side hustle. You don't need to focus 6-7 hours on it every single day. You can focus maybe half an hour, 45 minutes on it. And sometimes, if you're lucky and you have some sort of hobby that you do that you could turn into a social media page, then you only need to focus like half an hour, like taking photos, uploading, commenting, following people, that kind of stuff, which doesn't take very much time at all. For example, my wife has an Instagram page about her art. She does her art anyway. She loves doing art, right? And it just takes a bit of extra time to take the photos, to upload them, and to interact with people, but it's going really well. So if there's something you like to do, then create a page around that. But if there's something that you don't particularly like to do, you don't really have anything, in particular that you do, that's absolutely fine. You can create a social media page on anything, whether it be, dogs, and you can just use photos from Unsplash, or mountain biking, and you can just use photos from other free websites. So let's say you love photography. You can go to Unsplash and you can just download a whole bunch of photos, and you can create an Instagram page of your favorite photos, and you can always credit the photographers as well. But it's really simple, basically. It's really simple. Now, the only thing I have to stress is you might not build that huge following. It might take longer than a year. It might take a couple of weeks. Who knows, right? That's the brilliance of social media. No one knows when something is going to just massively take off or not take off at all. But if you try, then you can at least say you tried. And finally, idea number 5 is online tutoring for kids. Now, the reason why I put this one in here is specifically because of what's going on in the world at the moment. There are a lot of kids who are either falling behind, who are being a lot of kids are being homeschooled now because schools are shut in some areas. And even where schools aren't shut, there are still a lot of kids falling behind because of when schools were shut, or kids coming in and going home because of, if they're ill or not ill or whatever's going on. So online tutoring is really, really big right now. It's really big, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon, just because even when this whole thing is over and schools go back to normal properly, kids will still be behind based on what happened. And parents are obviously doing an incredible job teaching their kids at home, but sometimes parents don't have the time. They're doing their own jobs, they've got too many kids to focus on everyone at the same time, and they're falling behind. So there's been a huge spike in online tutoring, online learning over Zoom, one-to-one, right? It's brilliant, even one-to-many. So I think that it's a brilliant idea, and you could easily do this by either going to pages and offering your services. Obviously check with the admin that they let, but there are many pages for mothers that you can go and say, look, if anyone needs any tutoring, I can help in maths, science, English. You don't need to be a math wizard to be able to with year 2 or grade 2 maths, right? So that is a really cool side income or side hustle that you could 100% do. As well as that, you can also go to specific websites like Hunt and post your services there. So tell people and it can be really cool. And maybe 2 years ago, this wouldn't have been a very popular business, and maybe in 2 years from now, it might not be as popular, but in the here and now, it's very, very popular, and I don't see it going anywhere just because of this huge gap that's happened now because of kids not going to school. I think it's very valuable, and parents really, really need all the extra help they can get. So definitely give that one a go if you feel like you can teach in anything, history, maths, English, whatever it is, geography, doesn't matter, right? Any of these subjects, people will need help with them. Those are the 5 businesses that you could start in 2021. Now, of course, there are way more than that. In fact, I could probably think of another 5 right now on the spot, but I didn't want to make this video so long. Instead, I just thought I would just do a simple 5 businesses that you can start now. If you want to see potentially a part 2 where I talk about another 5 and then another 5 and then another 5, then let me know in the comments down below. As well as that, let me know of the 5 that I mentioned in this video, which one is your favorite, and potentially the one that gets the most votes, I can create a more in-depth, step-by-step tutorial on that method to help you start it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you in tomorrow. I've got a really fun video. It's more of like it's not really a challenge video, but it's a video that everyone's been asking for a very long time, and I've finally made it. I'm really excited. And if you like this video, then you will like this video here where I talk about having multiple streams of income and why it's so unbelievably important.